The other day I was asked to repair this guitar. Nothing on it works, there's no sound coming out, there's no strings on it. As you can see, the ground's broken and all the springs in the back are misaligned. So there's that ground and there's 2 bolts missing from the back of the neck. So we're going to open up the inside, empty the cavity. The electronics were so rotten inside that I just decided to throw them away and just start again. The only thing that's original now is the pickups. So a bit of flux, bit of solder, off we go. So here we are extending the wires on the pickups. Once all the pickup wires are long enough, we're going to solder them onto the 5-way switch. This switch is used to choose which combination of pickups you'd like to use. Okay, onto the potentiometers. So this guitar has 3 potentiometers, 1 for the volume and 2 for the tone. So each of those tone knobs is going to control one of the pickups. Now that we've got everything soldered, we're going to put everything back onto the scratch plate. Put the pots in, tighten them up. Okay, so now for the ground wires. Traditionally, this is how you do the grounding for a guitar. You take all the ground wires and you solder them together using the bottom of the potentiometers. Personally, I don't like this method. I find it a bit unwieldy. So what I'm going to try this time is to use this little piece of Vero board. A Vero board is basically a little strip of copper with some holes in it, so I can stick all the ground wires through it and solder them all together, which will complete the circuit. Now I'm just going to seal this up. The scratch plate was basically hanging off this guitar because the screw holes had been threaded through overuse, age. So I'm going to take a minute now to fill in the holes with some filler. So just a little squirt, wipe it off. And then once it's all done, I'm going to leave it for a day for it to dry. Okay, next day. So we're going to screw the scratch plate back in. And then put the strings in. So one at a time, feed them through. We can see that the bridge is raised up slightly. This gives us a high action on the strings. A high action basically means that the strings are far away from the fretboard, which will make it hard to play. To fix this, we've got to adjust the springs in the cavity on the back. So we'll take this moment to solder up that ground wire. Then I'm going to put some new springs in the back, which should have a bit more tension in than the old springs. you see I've spread the weight out evenly now. And there we go, flat. And see, the action's a little lower now. It's not perfect, but it is better. So this is the saddle. Here is where we judged the individual height of the strings. So it was all a bit of a mess when I got it, so I'm going to start by bringing it back to 0 and then giving it a little curve parallel to the curvature of the neck. Now we do some tuning. So E, A, D, G, B, E. Perfect. Now we snip off the excess bits of string and see if it works.